The second main topic, which is going to be some exciting news. The U.S. Women's National Team has announced their next friendly that's going to be taking place exactly a month from when I'm filming this on Saturday, April 10th. The U.S. Women's National Team is going to face off against Sweden at Friends Stadium, I believe the stadium is called. It's over in Stockholm, Sweden. So they will be traveling overseas to feature in that particular game. Super pumped to see them get in more games before the Olympics this summer, assuming that they're still happening. I think that there's no surprise in this particular case that the U.S. is going to be scheduling more friendlies because obviously with the Olympics coming up. But the timing of this, I think, is kind of significant because, as you know from the previous main topic, the Challenge Cup is starting April 9th and the U.S. is going to be playing Sweden on April 10th. So I think this really works out for both parties involved, being the NWSL and U.S. Soccer, at least the women's squad, because with a lot of the U.S. Women's national team players being gone from the NWSL, it's going to give a lot of those younger players in the NWSL more time, more minutes, and more opportunities to shine in their respective teams and hopefully make the roster for the NWSL season because, hey, it's crunch time. Everybody's got to vie for a spot and earn their place in the squad. So I think it really works out for the NWSL in that respect. And then for the U.S. Women's national team side of things, I think it works out because then the U.S. Soccer Federation doesn't have to risk their players playing in a preseason tournament and getting injured for it. Can you imagine how bad that would suck if, for example, I'm going to knock on wood just in case, but if for whatever reason Crystal Dunn played for the Thorns in the Challenge Cup and got like a really bad season-ending injury, that would obviously be horrible for the Olympics going forward, and we don't want to lose Crystal because she's a national treasure. So I think the timing overall works out really, really well for the April friendly, and I'm really excited to see the U.S. play more games, especially with how well they've been playing this year. Vlatko's tenure is off to a 16-0-0 start, which is the best in U.S. soccer's history. So the mastermind, I'm almost tempted to call him the philosopher, but there's got to be a even better nickname for Vlatko because he's just a brilliant mind in the world of football. But having said all that, who do I think he's going to take with him for April's camp? So we'll start off with the goalkeepers. I think he's going to take Alyssa Nair, Jane Campbell, and Ashlyn Harris. I don't really know the situation with Ashlyn Harris and Ali Krieger because they sat out of last camp because of their baby Sloan Phillips being born. I don't know if they're going to sit out for a couple more months just to have more time with their baby, raise it, do whatever they got to do. It's a very big possibility. I'm going to take a gamble in that prediction and say that they will participate in the camp. But if I'm wrong, then I anticipate Vlatko will either take Aubrey Bledsoe or Casey Murphy to fill in that third goalkeeping spot. In the defending positions, I think he's going to take Midge Purce, Emily Sonnet, Ali Krieger, provided that everything plays out like I thought it was, like I think it's going to, as I mentioned with Ashlyn Harris, or Kelly O'Hara, Crystal Dunn, Abby Dahlkemper, Becky Sauerbrunn, and Tierna Davidson. I think he's going to start using these games to whittle down the remaining defenders that he's going to take with him for the Olympics. Now, I didn't include Alana Cook in this list because by that point, she'll still be vying for a title with PSG, and given the current COVID restrictions with PSG, I don't think they will let her out of, domestic league to come and play in a foreign country because otherwise she'd have to quarantine for too long, and PSG don't exactly want that. What about the midfielders? I think the midfielders are going to include Christy Mewis, Sam Mewis, Katerina Macario, Julie Ertz, Rose Lavelle, and Lindsay Horan. Now, what you might be thinking is Katerina Macario, she's also playing in the French league, but you just told us that PSG probably wouldn't allow Alana Cook to exit to play in the friendly. But the thing is, Olympic Lyonnais let her go last time, so why wouldn't they let her go this time? It really depends on which team you're really looking at is going to let their respective players go. I'm just taking a shot in the dark and thinking that Olympic Lyonnais will probably let Katerina Macario play in the friendly, but I very well could be wrong. It's one of the many gambles in making these predictions, so that'll be really, really interesting to find out. How about the forward line, though? I think he's going to take Carly Lloyd, Kristen Press, Alex Morgan, Megan Rapinoe, Lynn Williams, and wait for it, there's one spot left. I think he's going to take Tobin Heath. I think Tobin Heath's injury is going to be healed just in enough time for that Sweden friendly, and she's going to be able to play probably a limited number of minutes, but some minutes nonetheless, maybe 10, 15, because coming off a major injury, you got to be able to play at some point, right? What better opportunity would there be than in this friendly against Sweden? And plus, she doesn't have to travel too far from England. I'm assuming she'll be in England at that point in time. So I think Tobin is going to be. I'm predicting she'll be healthy enough to participate in camp and also get some minutes in the game. Rumor has it that on her Instagram, it's still blank from what I'm hearing, but that she was off the boot, according to one of the stories that she posted. So who knows? Maybe her injury is recovering better than expected, but there's really no official word on that, so we'll have to see. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to know, who do you think Vlatko Andonovski is going to take to April camp with him? Do you think Ashlyn and Allie will be there? Do you think Katerina Makari will be there? Do you think Alana Cook will be let go to join camp from PSG? Whatever you think, comment below and let me know. With all that done out of the way, let's get into the next main topic.